Flosstube! I'm Danielle and welcome to Crafty Stitches. This is Flosstube number 6. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today is September 10th, 2024, and this is my bi-weekly update on what I've been stitching and how things have been going. So thank you so much for tuning in, and please like and subscribe to join me next time. I love having you guys here. It's always so much fun. So this week I was busy. I have one fully finished, one finished that I finished in the last 2 weeks, and then one old finish that I haven't fully finished yet. So then I've got 6 whips that I worked on, or works in progress, and I did not buy anything this week, and I had no new starts. So that's kind of the lowdown on what this episode's going to be about. It's been a busy few weeks. We're gotten into the school rhythm now, I would say, but we did have some fun over the Labor Day weekend visiting family in Michigan, and my sister actually visited this last weekend from LA, which was really lots of fun. And we even went to Kings Island in Cincinnati, which was it's been a while since I've been on that many roller coasters, and I think I only went on like 3 or something, but it's been a while. And we rode the Beast, which was this wooden roller coaster that is from I think they opened it in 1979, and it's still running there today. And I don't think I've ever been on a ride that has rearranged me the way that one did. It was so bumpy, and it was also awesome because it basically takes you back into the woods of Ohio, and it's just so fast though, and it's, like I said, it's all wooden, so it was an extremely bumpy experience, but I'm really glad I got to ride it. I do love roller coasters, especially ones that have like a history like that one. So someone had ridden it 4,000 times, by the way. Like, that was like one of the like facts on the board. We were in line, and I was like, after writing it, I'm like, I can't imagine that would be a safe thing to do. So anyway, but yeah, so we've had lots of fun these last few weeks. Now, to get into the stitching, so the first one I'm going to show you is my fully finished object. It's one that, since I showed it last week, I was like, I need to finish this. So this one is my the finish I had from 1997. It's the oldest finish I have from when I was younger, and I basically just bought this. It says it's handmade in the U.S., which is kind of neat, but I found it on Amazon. It's like a navy blue frame. All the back stitching in this project is navy blue, so I thought that was pretty sweet. It all goes together, and it fit just right in this frame. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was a kit from a craft store that I bought probably on the summer break from school, and so yeah, so I'm so glad I got that finished. I have it sitting on my little table near my entrance door so that I can see it. And my little kid, my 3-year-old, likes to pick it up and carry it around, which is also pretty cute. So yes, I'm so glad that I got that done. The next one is a finish that I finished in the last 2 weeks, and I'm also super excited to have this one done, and I want to finish it really soon. So this is Santa Paws by Mill Hill, and it's part of their winter holiday collection. And I am planning on, I'd like to really to watch the Beck Stitches Everything tutorial on how she finishes her Mill Hill kits, because I really like the way she and like I said, I haven't watched it, but I think she somehow puts an adhesive on the back and uses a thick felt. But I love the way like you can just see the felt along the edges of the ornament. I think it's so cool. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do with this one. Maybe do a red. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so really glad. I loved the beading. It's one of my favorite parts of the Mill Hill. I have yet to bead something on fabric. Like I do have a Mirabilia, but I am in such the early stages of that project that it's probably going to be a while before I see the beads. But I really enjoyed beading this one, and I can't wait to see it on my Christmas tree this year. So hopefully you guys will be seeing that finished really soon. All right. And then this one is an old finish I have from 2020, and it's called Be Well. It was a freebie released by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it's still on their Instagram account. If you go to March 23rd, 2020, on the Autumn Lane Stitchery is Instagram, you can still find it. And so this was one of the first projects, because there was a few I did it all at the same time, but that I worked on linen. And I'm pretty sure this is the raw linen, and my guess is it's 32 count, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so I really like this one. I think I changed the bee's eye, made them more even. I think that was really pretty much the only thing I changed on it. And I still really like that one. My plan was to make that one a pillow, so hopefully I still will. But yeah, so finished that one, and I did finish that one in 2020. All right, now we're moving on to the works in progress that I worked on over the last 2 weeks, and I was looking at what I worked on, and it turns out that I kind of stitched in 2 different categories, and they're like different categories completely. But so the first category is holiday. So the first one I worked on was Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio, and I might try to put where I was last time in a picture side by side. I don't know if that'll work, but I might. So if I do, you'll be able to see where I was. I did finish this whole motif right here. Right here. I had about, I think I would say about a third of it or so maybe started. And so I was so happy to finish that. I love this fabric. This is 20 count Aida, and it's Witch's Brew by XJuDesigns. And I'm using all the called for floss. So this is so neat. I don't know if maybe I'll open it up so you guys can see the color really good. It's so fun with those speckles. So cool for a Halloween project. And that ghost is a Needleminder I bought from Eflie, and I'll link it below. But it glows in the dark, which is pretty neat. So and I bought that. It's on Etsy. And so also mentioning that anything I stitch on, or like if it's a notable Needleminder, I will list it in the description below. So if you're having like interested in what fabric I used or anything like that, just take a look. All right, so then the next one, like I said, it's holiday still. So it's the Northwoods Heirloom Stocking, something I work on basically weekly. Okay. So this is on 25 count Lugana, Potato by Zweigart, and it's by Kooler Design Studio, the pattern is. And this is 3/2, so it makes really nice puffy stitches. And so this time I worked on the chest, and I basically have finished the chest right here, all this bit here. I think there's a bowl of fruit sitting on top there. I'm not sure what this is going to be right here. I can't remember, but then the tree is going to start. It's going to start over here. That's probably what that is. It's probably part of the tree. So yeah, so I'm extremely happy. And the other thing I did today, let me get in close enough. Oh, do you see those knots right here? They're so tiny, but I worked on those too. And this is something you guys may already know, but so French knots are definitely a pain, and I feel like most people feel that way. But what I looked into, and I don't know where I got this idea, probably someone said it on a Flosstube, but I use colonial knots for my French knots. So if it calls for a French knot, I do a colonial knot. And what I find is, one, I find it easier to do, just period. but I also really like how that comes out because they are more even and they're more round consistently. I feel like my French knots always look like different ways every time I do them. So anyway, yeah, so look up colonial knot if you're interested and you're having trouble with French knots, because I do think they came out really nicely. So I did a few of those today when I was waiting and did pick up line for my kids at school. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working towards that Christmas tree. Now that I've got that chest done, I think I mentioned that last time, is I'm going to work on the heel of the stocking and try to kind of just work my way up. See how much I can get done. So, all right. So all right. So then the next category is Disney. And so I just was like, I don't know what happened, but I just started stitching my Disney projects, and I've got I think 4, and I just stitched every one of them. It was just that kind of week, I guess. So that it was actually quite fun. So the first one I'm going to show you is the Magic Kingdom Sal by CaffeinatedCatCrafts. And I stitched this on 32 count Picture This Plus petals. Take a second here and put it on the board. And you can get this on his website. This was his sal from 2021. And so what I worked on is in the Beauty and the Beast square here. I almost have the Beast done. I think he's got his shirt there and part of his vest, but he's missing that. I think it's a brighter yellow. And then Belle will show up here very soon. And then next, right here, is going to be Tiana. So super cute. They're like 2 little frogs, and there's a big heart in the sky. So I'm excited about that one, doing that one next. So really enjoy this one. I think there's, I'm going to tell you guys, I think that's it. The next one is Chibi Princesses. This one is by @AntiqueStitch on Etsy. Unfortunately, it's no longer available. But this is stitched on 28 count Lugana Delphinium by Fabric Flair. It's stitched 3/2, so I could get the really good coverage. And super excited that I finished Anna. Last week I got Elsa done, or last video I got Elsa done, and this week I got Anna done. So I'm so excited about that. And you know, the funny thing is I actually don't know who the next princess is. I know Merida's down there, so it might be her, but I haven't looked. So we'll have to see what comes up next. But I think it's Merida, and there's definitely 2 Sleeping Beauties, her in a pink dress and then also her as Briar Rose. So, but then there's a 4th one, but honestly I have no idea who that one is either. So it's like a surprise. Like every time I open it, I'm like, oh boy, who's it gonna be? What's most exciting is that it's almost done. I just have 4 princesses left. So how neat would it be if I could get this done for Christmas? I would really, really like that. So we could put that up in my daughter's room. I know she's been waiting a while, and she does like for me to like tell her I've been working on it. So, all right. And then the next one I worked on is Mickey's Coffee. And this is by ZannaCrossStitch on Etsy. And I stitched this on 32 count Jobelan in Lambswool. This is all, this is 1/1 10 stitch, and it's all DMC colors. I can't remember how many, but it's quite a few. I would put it in the, probably in 60 to 80 range. And I worked, honestly, I'm kind of starting to, since this is actually a full coverage, I started doing the diagonal kind of down this way. So I think I'm still trying to finish up the first square. And then I'm just kind of, every time I pick up whatever colors next, I just work it as far as I can, and then I come back and pick another color. This area down here is actually the beginning of the C for coffee. So you can sort of start to see that come. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is the bottom. I think, or at least it's close. And originally when I had done it, I had stitched it 2 over 2 and on the same fabric, but it was so big that I just felt like it was too much. I thought it was too big. And I mean, I kind of thought it looked a little speckly too, so I thought I would restart it smaller. So I really think it looks good. I will say that I'm not like 100% loving it, and I don't know if it's just because it's all brown, basically brown and black, but I'm hoping once I start to see more of the picture come, like start to see the coffee, the C, and all that, that it'll start to feel more exciting. But right now it's like just so much brown. It's like just so much brown. But I'm not giving up on it. We'll keep digging because I love the picture. The picture is so cute. Gosh, Mickey with a cup of coffee is like, what can be better? So, and then the last one I worked on is the Disney Fab 50, and this is by XJuDesigns. And I stitched this on 40 count linen in mallow. And I'm going to scoot way back to give you an idea. It's pretty big. This is the top to bottom. I don't have the complete bottom. I guess with there is a motif down here below the lower pictures there, but I have kind of started it, you can see. But this time I finished the back stitching on Gus Gus, and I started Jack's coat. And so it's a nice stitch. There's not a ton of color changes, which makes it really nice. There are a lot of fractional stitches, and on 40 count, I do find it a little bit tricky, but it looks so good when it's done. Like, I just love the way it looks. So it's definitely neat. And for the back stitching, I've been using, I think it's 30 weight thread because it's, so little. The DMC 310 was almost too thick because I'm already doing 1/1. I'm sorry, 1/2 with the single strand. So yeah, and so I had already finished BB8. He was the first one I did, and that was probably 2 or 3 years ago now. And then I worked a little bit up here, and I am doing metallic thread on the top. And this project is 100% inspiration from my friend Stitching Mama Emily. Emily started this. I think she did it along with the actual stitch along, because it came out I want to say every few weeks she would come out with a character or two. And so she actually started it when it was all started. And when she showed me hers, I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. So I'm going to definitely do it. But it's just taken me forever. But I do like that at least I stitched down to kind of give me an idea of where I am. Also, I can kind of go wherever I want because I kind of have at least the beginnings of everything. So I do like, of course I like working on this one. So it was fun to pull it out, especially since I was obviously in my Disney, like I don't know, world, I guess, this last 2 weeks. I would love to go back. So one day we will. So yeah, so those are all the projects I worked on. I feel like this week I did do probably 2 to 3, at least maybe even 4 days on some projects. So I did less projects, but more time on them. So that was good. Some other things that have taken up my time is we've been finishing our basement. And the major finishing part, the drywall and the painting and the lighting and all that stuff is done. But my husband is putting in vinyl plank flooring. And so I've been helping him with that. So I definitely spent a whole day, well, most of the day doing that with him. So, but it's almost done. I would say it's like over halfway. So, gosh, I can't wait to be able to spread out that down to the basement. I've got like the kid, we're going to make part of it the playroom. And so the toys, it'll be nice to get some of the toys out of the living room area and kind of give them a real home. So yeah, so I've been working on that. Oh, another exciting thing is that my 3-year-old started her 3-year-old gymnastics class, and it's she's always done it like with a mommy and me class, and so this is her 2nd day doing it today, and she did great. She actually did most of the class by herself. I was so proud. So it's always nice to see that independence start to come through when they're, you know, they're in that 3 to 4-year-old range. Otherwise, I think those are all the things that have kept me busy, but I do feel like I didn't do quite as much stitching as I normally do. The next 2 weeks, I may extend to 3 weeks, depending on how much stitching I get done. I'm also wondering if it's the school, like it's the school year that's starting, because like I'm like, gosh, I didn't have as much to show you guys. But I'm going to still keep working on WhipGo. Where did I put that? Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, let me show you. I did cross off a box. I was pretty excited. Well, I guess you probably, but anyway, I got the Magic Kingdom Sal. I crossed that box off. I got 5 days, worked on that one. The next one that's getting close is the Chibi Princesses. I've got 1 day left on that. So that's exciting. And so what I think I'm going to do is when I do get a bingo, I'm going to start a new start. I'm basically going to pull one of the projects that I think I have a few kitted that are ready to go or close to it. So I think that's what I'll do is I'll pull from what I have. But I think that will be a nice treat if I get a bingo soon. Of course, I think I should have a bingo had I kept up with it already. But, you know, I'm just working on it. And it was nice. It kind of guided me. And maybe that's why I worked on so much Disney. Because there's only one Disney thing. I don't know. I just felt like Disney this week. So I'm going to keep up with the WhipGo board from 2022 because I still have most of those projects to work on. And I mentioned last time full coverage, and I realized that the Mickey coffee is a full coverage. So I was like, well, I guess that's my full coverage for this week because I didn't even think of that one as a full coverage, but it is. So that makes my 5 coverage count up to 5. So I do want to revisit another full coverage this coming few weeks as well. And I'd love to finish another Chibi Princess, and who knows who it'll be. We'll find out next time. And and then I also want to work on the Halloween Quaker more because it's that season and it's such a nice taste for fall and Halloween. Also, I have a few friends that are working on it too, so it's really nice to know that other people are working on it as well. So that is all that I have to go over today. I'm so glad you joined me to see what I've been doing this last few weeks. And if you enjoyed being here, please like, subscribe, join me next time. Like I said, it'll probably be somewhere around 2 to 3 weeks once I feel like I have enough to show you guys. And I just hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!